thank you for coming to our production of Medea, sponsored by Dr. Dorney. He's hosting free lunch after, so everyone go to his house. It'll be great. All right, thank you.
If only swift Argo had never swooped in between the cobalt-clashing rocks to reach the Colchians' realm. If only pines had never been chopped down among the woods of Pelion to put oars in the hands of those heroic men. Medea, then my mistress, never would have sailed for Iolcus' towers, her heart infatuated with desire for Jason, nor spurred the daughters of old Peleus to kill their father, never would have settled here in Corinth with her husband and her sons. She managed through an exile to delight the people of the land she joined, and gave support in every way to Jason. Life's most secure when there's no conflict to alienate a woman from her man. But now hatred rules, and royal love is sick, since Jason has betrayed my mistress and their sons by mounting the royal bed beside the daughter of Creon, the monarch of this land. And so my poor Medea is disdained. She cries, what of his oaths, and recalls the solemn pledge of his right hand, and prays to the gods to witness what poor recompense she has received. She hates the children, takes no pleasure in the sight of them. I fear that she may plan some new mischief. Her temper is fierce, and she'll not tolerate mistreatment. I know all too well what she is like. But here, the children come.
Old servants of my mistress's house, why are you standing here solitary outside the doors, bewailing troubles to yourself?
Old man, you who take care of the young sons of Jason, when affairs break badly for their masters, this can affect good slaves as well. And my distress reached such a pitch, I felt compelled to come out here and tell the problems that beset my mistress to the earth and to the sky.
You mean she's still not stopped her grieving cries?
You've no idea. Her pain's not even halfway through.
Poor fool! If I may say that of my betters, how little she knows yet about the latest downward turn.
What's that, old man? Don't hold it back from me.
Nothing. I wish I had not said a thing.
Do not, I beg of you, hide this from your fellow slaves. I shall keep these matters, if I should.
I have overheard a person say that Creon, lord of this land, intends to drive these children out of Corinth with their mother. I do not know whether this rumor is true. I only hope it's not.
Will Jason tolerate such treatment of his sons, even if he has a feud against their mother?
Ancient ties become displaced by newer ones. He's no friend to this house here.
Do you hear how your father has turned against you, children? I won't say curse him, since he's my master still, but he has been exposed as false towards his closest kin.
And who has not? Have you found out so late that every person loves himself more than those close to him? Some justly, some for profit's sake, and so the father of these boys does not feel love for them because of his new bride.
All will be well, children. Go inside. And you should keep them well secluded from their mother. I've seen her cast a savage look at them, and I know for sure she won't relent her anger until she's struck some victim to the ground. But when she does, may it be enemies and not friends.
Oh, in pain, I'm so unhappy. Oh, for me, if only I could die.
As I said, dear children, your mother is stirring her passions. Be stirring her fury. Now hurry indoors. Do not stray in her sight. Don't even go near. Keep well away from her violent mood, the wild hate of her passionate will.
Cursed children of a hated mother. I wish you were done for along with your father. To hell with the family, all of the house.
Oh no, terrible. Why should your children share in the guilt of the crimes of their father? Why should you hate them? I'm utterly stricken with fear for your safety, poor children. Rulers have dangerous natures, subjected to little, controlling much, and they are not inclined to relent from their passions.
I heard her call, I heard her cry, Medea's came, the Colchian. So she has still not settled calm, old woman, tell.
He is possessed by his royal embraces. She is eroding her life away.
May lightning shatter my skull. Life no longer brings gain. May I find shelter in death, freed from this hated life.
O Zeus, earth and shining sky, do you hear the wailing cry of the inauspicious bride? Why crave for that unwanted bed, poor woman? Death comes with all speed. Don't pray for dying, no.
Artemis and mighty Venus, see that chain that I'm enduring? I who had my cursed husband tied by strong bonds of his swearing. May I see him and his consort and their palace ripped in pieces, payment for the ways they dared first mistreat me with injustice.
I wish she would heed our voice to see if she might relent from her heavy-hearted rage and the passion of her heart.
She glares like a lioness with new clubs at anyone who comes close and offers her any suggestions. You'd be right to conclude that the people of olden times were stupid and lacking in wisdom when they invented poems to accompany feasts, celebrations, and dinners, sweet ornamentations of life. Still, no one has found a way to abolish our harrowing griefs with poetic powers.
Women of Corinth, I have come outside to show you have no cause to tarnish me with blame. I'm all too well aware that many people are received as arrogant. I've lost delight in life. I long to die, my friends. I realize the man who was my all in all has now turned out to be the lowest of the low. My husband. We women are the most beset by trials of any species that has breath or power of thought. Firstly, we are obliged to buy a husband at excessive cost.
Yes.
And then accept him as master of our body.
Yes.
That is even worse.
Speak.
Then, if our husband lives with us, bearing the yoke without being forced, we have an enviable life. But if he does not, better death. But for a man, oh no, if he is irked with those he has at home, he goes elsewhere to get relief and ease his state of mind. I would rather join the battle fray of shields 3 times than undergo birth labor once.
Yes.
So, I would like to ask this one small thing of you. If I can find some means or some device to make my husband pay the penalty to quit me for the wrong he's done. Stay silent, please.
I will do this. I am not surprised to feel so much pain.
Grim scowling scourge against your husband? Yes, that's you, Medea. I proclaim that you must leave this land in banishment, and take your pair of sons along with you, and no delay allowed.
Utter complete catastrophe for me. What reason have you, Crayon, for expelling me like this?
I'm afraid of you. No point in missing words. I'm afraid you'll work incurable mischief upon my daughter. You are by nature clever and well versed in evil practices. Therefore, I'm going to move before that happens. Better to be hated by you, woman, now than to be soft and later groan for it.
Oh, misery. Not for the first time my reputation has done me harm and damaged my whole life. A man who knows what he's about should never have his children taught to be more clever than the born. They get a name for idleness and only earn resentful spite from the citizens. I myself have shared this fate because I'm clever. I'm resented by people. Yet in any case, I'm not so very clever. But still, you say you are afraid of me for what? No, don't be scared of me, Crayon. It is my husband. He's the one I hate. You're actually we're very sensible. Let me live on in this country here.
You're hatching plans for something bad. I trust you all the less than I did previously. A woman acting in hot blood is easier to guard against. It is the same with men than one who's clever and stays secretive. No, on your way immediately. Don't give me speeches.
No, I beg you, by your knees and by your newly married daughter.
Why waste your breath? You'll never change my mind.
Oh, Zeus, make no mistake about who is responsible for all these trials.
Get out, you crazy woman, and relieve me of my pain.
Oh, your pains? I have enough of those myself. I don't need more from you.
I'm going to get my men to march you off by force.
No, please don't do that. I beg of you, Crayon. Please just allow me to remain today, one day, and give me time to fix arrangements for my banishment and make provisions for my boys, seeing that that the father does not care enough to organize a thing for his own sons.
You shall obtain this nonetheless. I tell you clear, however, if the sun's God, coming light, still looks upon you and your boys within the borders of this land, it means your death.
Unfortunate women, where on earth can you turn? Some god has cast you adrift, Medea, amidst this uncharitable tempest of troubles.
Everything has turned out badly. No one can deny. But don't suppose this is the way the course will run. But he has plunged such depths of foolishness that when he could have foiled my plans by driving me away, he's let me stay for one more day. So, best to take the straightest route, my special inborn skill in drugs, and so by potions send them off. So be it. But then what next? Suppose they're dead. What city will then take me in? There is nobody. And so I'll bide my time a little while, and if some stronghold that can keep me safe appears, deceit and secrecy will be my means to make this kill. That turns out to be impossible, and I'm exposed. Then, I shall take a sword, although it means my death, and slaughter them myself. So down to work, Medea. Don't relax one jot or tittle of your expertise. On to the dreadful test. Now's the time to test your mettle. You see what your position is. You must not become a laughing stock because of Jason's union with the Sisyphean dynasty. You're from a noble father and descended from the sun. Yes. What's more, we are born women.
Yes.
And maybe we're unqualified for deeds of virtue, yet as the architects of every kind of mischief, we are supremely skilled. Period.
Your rivers are running their currents upstream. Order in everything's turned upside down.
Yes.
The dogmas of men are exposed as mere shams. Oaths by the gods prove no longer firm ground.
The poems of Blondie Barnes shall no more portray us as fickle, untrustworthy friends.
Yes.
Biased because Lord Apollo forbore to implant his lyrics in feminine minds. Otherwise, we could have answered with songs back to the masculine sex, that long years can easily open up tales of men's wrongs, no less than their narratives all about ours.
Yeah. Dead and gone, the bonding charms of oaths men swear, and another woman rules over your bed, a royal princess who controls your home instead.
This is far from the first time I've observed a fiery temper as an uncontrollable disaster. You're getting thrown out from this land. Not that I care about myself. You can go on abusing Jason. But after all the things you've said against the ruling family, count it as profit that your punishment is only exile.
You cheating rat!
Yes.
You come to us when you have proved yourself our most detested enemy, to gods, to me, and all the human race. I shall begin our story from the start.
Yes.
I saved your life when you were sent to set the yoke upon the bulls with breath of fire and plant the plowland with a crop of death. Meanwhile, the serpent which kept sleepless watch over the golden fleece with implicating coils, I killed. By my own choice, I was a traitor to my home and father, and accompanied you to Iolcus under Pelion, from impulse rather than from careful thought. I killed off Peleus, and after all these favors you have had from me, you stinking rat, you betrayed me. Where shall I turn now? Maybe my father's house? Or to the wretched daughters of King Peleus? Oh Zeus, you've given us the clear criteria to test if gold is counterfeit. So why is there no stamp of guarantee marked on the human body to discriminate which ones of our men are fakes?
It seems I'm going to have to prove myself as an orator. First, you inhabit Greece instead of some barbarian land. You've gone to experience the rule of justice and the law without consideration of the threat of force. The Greeks have all found out about your cleverness. You're famous for your gifts. When I moved here from Iolcus land, I brought with me a number of intractable misfortunes. So what prescription could I have discovered more fortunate than to win the hand, although in exile, of the king's daughter and to marry her? My motive is the highest of priorities. That is for us to live a prosperous life. For you, what need of children do you have? Whereas for me, it cashes a gain to benefit my living sons through those as yet unborn. Not bad, my long-term planning. I say it should have been a possibility for mankind to engender children from some other source, and for the female sex to not exist. That way there'd be no trouble spoiling human life.
Jason, you've laid out your speech all sparkling with fine embellishments. And yet, in my opinion, you're doing wrong with this betrayal of your wife.
Don't come all respectable and eloquent with me. I have one argument to knock you flat. If you were not a filthy coward, you should have first persuaded me to give approval for you knotting these new marriage ties, not try to keep it a secret from your kin.
Oh yes, I think it very likely you would have endorsed my case quite happily if I'd mentioned this new match to you. Let me make clear, my motive for espousing the royal bed I now possess was not the woman in it, but as I've said before, the wish to keep you safe and to beget royal siblings for my sons, a safeguard for my line.
I would not wish to live a prosperous life that brings misery, nor do I want prosperity that eats away at my soul.
I'll tell you how to change your mind and to be seen as far more sensible. And don't regard yourself as miserable when in fact you are most fortunate. Don't try to pin the blame on anyone except yourself.
What did I do? Did I betray you then by getting into bed with a new wife?
No, but by calling down unholy curses on the royal house.
Oh, I did. I am a curse upon your house as well.
Well, I'll participate no more in these adjudications. But if you'd like to draw upon assistance from my means to help you and the children, and yourself in exile, then say the word.
Donations from a low-life cheat confer to benefit.
In return, you spurn these goods. As a result, your hardships will be all the worse.
Just go. Perhaps, pray God fulfill these words. Perhaps this wedding will turn out to be a wedding that you mourn.
Desire that overwhelms us with infatuation does not encourage virtue and good reputation.
If her approach is gentle, Cyprus makes life blissful, sweetest of gods.
But never taught me, great mistress. Don't draw your golden bowstring in my direction. We mean unerring arrow, tip besmeared with longing.
I see from my own witness, not secondhand from others.
For you, there is no city, no friend who will feel pity. Not now that you have suffered the worst that can be suffered!
Medea! Happiness to you. There is no finer prologue known with which to greet a friend.
May you be happy also, Aegis, offspring of wise Pandion. Where have you come from to be passing through this country here?
I've journeyed from Apollo's venerable oracle.
And why did you consult the prophet at Earth's navel stone?
To find out how I might get children as my heirs.
Good heavens! Have you reached your age still childless?
Some dispensation of the gods has left me childless, yes.
And do you have a wife, or have you never known the bond of wedlock?
I have a wife who shares my marriage bed.
What motive then has made you sail to this land here?
There's a man called Pythias, ruler of Trozen. I wish to talk with him about the prophecy.
That's good. The man is wise and has experience of matters such as this.
Of all my allies, he's the one I hold most dear.
Very well, and may you get all that your heart desires.
But what is this? Why are your cheeks all streaked with tears?
Aegis, my husband has turned out to be the lowest of the low. He's made another woman mistress of his bed instead of me.
I can't believe he's acted so despicable as that.
True. I was his dear, but now I'm disregarded.
So is he seized by new desire, or does he now detest your bed?
Desire. So great. He's not stayed loyal to his own family.
To hell with him then! If he's as rotten as you say he is.
This strong desire has led to an alliance with the king.
So who has made this match with him? Come, tell me all.
It's Creon, ruler of this land of Corinth.
I see. Then, woman, I can understand just why you feel so hurt.
It's a disaster for me, and what's more, I'm being sent into exile.
Who by? That's yet another brawl you tell me of.
It's Creon, who's driving me to banishment from Corinth.
And Jason goes along with this?
He claims he's against, but still, he's ready to put up with it. But I implore you, by this beard, and by your knees, I am your suppliant. You may not realize what find you found in me, for I shall end your barrenness.
There is a host of reasons why I am inclined to grant this favor to you. First, piety to the gods, and then for fertility. I shall not surrender you to anyone, but you must get yourself away from this country by yourself.
Then go, and fare you well, for everything's in place. And as for me, I'll reach your land as quickly as I can, once I've carried through my plans and gained the things I want. Just call me. We will win the victory against my enemies, for in the very place I was most laboring, this man has now appeared as a safe haven for my plans. I'll now tell you all my plans. I'll request my children stay here. Not that I wish to leave them in a hostile land for enemies to foully treat my children, no. But so that I can kill the princess by deception. I'll send them, carrying presents for her in their hands, a fine spun dress and plated wreath of gold. If she accepts and puts the finery next to her skin, she will die horribly.
No.
And so will anyone who even comes in contact with the girl. Such are the poisons that I'll smear upon the gifts. But now, I'll leave that part of the story. I grieve for the deed that I must do then. I must kill my son.
What? Girl.
And after I have utterly wrecked Jason's house, I'll depart this land, escaping from the slaughter of my beloved children, once I've steeled myself to do this most abominable of deeds.
Since you have shared this plan with us, and since we'd like to help you and promote the human law, we tell you, do not do this thing.
There's no alternative.
But woman, can you steel yourself to kill your body's fruit?
Yes, that's the way my husband can be deep as pierced.
But you would become like the wretchedest of women.
Then let it be. I will call for Jason.
Well, here I am at your command. Woman, what news is there that you would want of me?
Jason, I ask you to forgive the things I said. I came to words within myself and scolded in these terms. Stubborn, why am I raging and resenting those who show good foresight? Why pit myself in conflict with my own husband? He's only taking the most advantageous course by marrying the princess and producing siblings for my sons. So should I not relent from anger? What is wrong with me? I should have been there sharing in your plans, advancing them. I should be waiting on your bed and gladly taking care of your new bride. I do not say we're evil, but we are just what we are, we women. So you should not yourself behave like us and bandy trivial disputes. I'm sorry, I admit I had it wrong back then, but now I've thought things through more sensibly. Children, my children, come, leave the house. Yes, my boys. Come, embrace your father. Take his right hand. Yes, yes. Ah, me. That makes me think of hidden wrongs. Will you live many years, my children, to reach out your loving arms like this? Poor fool, how close to tears I am. How racked by fear. Here I am making up your quarrel with my quarrel with your father at long last.
my tender sights all blurring, full of tears.
A glistening tear has burned out from my eyes as well.
I hope this present wrong may advance no further.
I like this thinking, and I do not blame those things because it's only natural for females to be jealous. But now, these are the actions of a woman who is sensible. For you, my boys, your father has with careful forethought obtained complete security. It's my belief that with you and your new brothers, you shall obtain the foremost standing in this land of coin. But you, why are your eyes engulfed with glistening tears?
It's nothing. I was only thinking of the children.
Do not worry. I'll ensure that all goes well for them.
I shall do as you say, and take your good advice, but a woman is a tender creature, and inclined to tears.
But why on earth such grieving for the children here?
I gave them birth, and when you prayed for a life for them, pain came over me. What are the things you come to talk to me about? Since the ruler has decided he will banish me, I shall depart this land, an exile. But for the boys, if they are to be brought up by you, you must beg Crayon not to let them leave this land.
I'm not sure I can persuade him, but I have to try.
At least then get your wife to beg her father not to make the children leave this land in exile.
A good idea. And I think I can persuade her, if she is a woman like the rest of them.
I'll send her gifts, a fine spun robe, and a plated wreath of beaten gold, and I'll have the children carry them. One of the servants, bring up finery as quickly as you can. Here, boys, take these fine wedding gifts. Go and present them to the royal blessed bride.
You're being foolish. Why? Why deplete your own resources?
I would trade my life, not merely gold, to get my boys reprieved from exile. This is what matters most. She must receive these gifts with her own hands. Now quickly, off you go. May you succeed and bring your mother good reports about all she longs to get.
Now I've no hope for them. No longer. The children cannot live. No longer. They are already gone to slaughter.
The bride, unhappy girl, will take it. The golden diadem will take it. And she shall set the crown of Hades around her head. Her hand will place it.
The charm and the unearthly glitter will lure her, to enfold around her the robe in gold entwined tiara.
She's dressing up to hold her wedding down with the dead, and she's heading for such a trap, a fate so lethal she can't escape from disaster.
And I feel pain with you, the mother of the two. You'll strive your children dead.
All for the marriage bed your husband has betrayed. Now he holds in your stead another as his wife.
Come on, boys. What news do you have for me?
Mistress, here are your sons, reprieved from banishment. Also, the princess has received the wedding gifts delightfully with her own hands. Why not glad to hear these words from me? Can I be bringing news of some misfortune I don't know about?
There's no avoiding it, old man. The gods and I, with my bad thoughts, have engineered this outcome.
You're not the only woman to be sundered from her children. You are mortal and must endure in misfortunes.
Agreed. But go inside. Make provision for the children's daily needs. Oh, children. My children. You two have a city and a home. You shall leave me in my misery. I used, poor fool, to put all sorts of cares, hopes on you. That you would care for me when I was old. Lay me out with your hands when I was dead. But now, as lovely kind of thought is finished now. Oy moy. Why look at me like that, my little ones? My smile is to be your latest smile of all. What shall I do? My passion is all melted, woman, now that I see my children's shining looks. I cannot. No. Why should I use what's bad for them to pierce their father's heart, and so inflict upon myself double the pain as well? No, I shall not. So goodbye, my resolutions. But stop. What is wrong with me? Do I want to be a laughingstock? I must endure. It is mere cowardice to even let such feeble words into my mind. So children, go inside. I'll not unnerve my hand. Come here, children. Reach out your arms. Hold your mother tight. Now away. Go. I cannot bear to look at you.
Repeatedly, I have explored the ideas of intricacy. My conclusion is this: that people who've never had children and have had no experience with them are certainly far happier than those under parenthood's yoke.
And those with that sweetness of growth, they are worn down to shadows with cares. It's still unsure whether this labor is spent to raise them as good or bad.
And lastly, I have to include one final disaster of all for humans. Supposing all's well,
Still, if destiny has it this way, then death takes their bodies below.
I have been waiting for some time, my friends, to see how things develop over there. At last I see this man of Jason's coming. His labored breathing shows he brings grave news.
Oh, you have done terrible, atrocious crimes, Medea. Run, fast away by seaborne craft or earthborne chariot. Take what you can.
And what has happened that demands an escape like this?
They're dead. Your poisons have just destroyed the princess and her father Creon.
That is excellent news. I'll always number you among my friends and benefactors.
What's that? Can you be sane, or are you mad?
How did they die? You'll give me twice the pleasure if they met their end most horribly.
The mistress we now wait upon instead of you, before she saw your pair of boys, was glancing with excited looks towards Jason. But then she covered up her eyes and turned away her pallid cheeks to show how much she loathed the children's access there. But once she had looked close at the finery, she was unable to resist. She unwrapped the ornamental gown and draped it around herself and placed the golden wreath upon her curls. But then there came a horrifying sight to see. Her color altered, and with limbs convulsing, she lunged sideways, collapsing on her throne, and only just avoiding falling on the floor. She let out a piercing scream, an answering discord to her earlier cry. The clinging fabric given by her boys began to eat into the poor girl's milky flesh. Engulfed in flames, she rose up from her throne and bolted, shaking her head this way and that, attempting to throw off the wreath. But still, the gold clung tightly. Then, overcome by agony, she crumpled to the ground. Her father, ignorant, poor man of the disaster, ran into the room and came upon her body. He cried aloud and said,
Oh, my poor child! Which of the gods has cut you down so undeservedly like this? If only I could die with you, my child.
He was held tightly by the fine-spun robe. The struggle then was terrible, and in the end he was exhausted and gave up his ghost. And so they lie there, corpses, daughter and old father, dead. You'll discover for yourself the payback of your punishment. But as for human life, I think of it, not for the first time, as a flitting shade.
It would appear that on this day, the god is brightly loading many evils on Jason's back. O wretched daughter born of Creon, how much we pity you for your misfortunes. You had to go away to Hades' house, thanks to your demands, Jason.
My deed has been decided. Friends, as quickly as I can, I'll end the children's lives and move on from this land. Advance my wretched hand and grip the sword, grip hand, and make towards life's painful finish line. No cowardice and no remembering the children.
how they were your dears or how you gave them birth.
I call on earth and you, sun, full illumination. Look down and see this woman's foul abomination before she strikes her deadly blow infanticidal.
Since they're descended from your glow, celestial golden, a fearsome thing for divine blood and desecration to fall to earth by human deed.
Fire transcendental, great God of light, restrain, detain her, exorcising out from the house this deadly bane, avenging demon.
No! You hear the children? You hear their shout? Oh, wretched woman, your cursed fate!
What can I do to get free from my mother's grip?
So should I enter? Yes, I choose to fend off murder from these poor boys.
Yes, for God's sake, help! Now is our hour of need.
You women standing by this building, is the perpetrator of these dreadful things inside Medea, or has she run away in flight? I've come to save the lives of my two sons and stop the kinsmen from inflicting harm and retribution for the awful murder their mother has committed.
Oh, Jason, you unhappy man. You've no idea how far you are advanced in troubles.
I don't suppose she wants to murder me as well.
Your boys are dead. Dead by their mother's hand.
What are you saying? You're shattered. Where did it happen?
Open the doors, and you will see your murdered sons.
Open! Servants! Unlace the bars, and let the inns and I may see this devil havoc and punish her!
Why rattle at these doors and try to force them open, searching for the bodies and for me, the one who did it? Then abandon all this effort.
You thing of hate! Woman most loathsome to the gods, and me and all humanity! You who could steel yourself to drive your sword into the children you yourselves had born, and you have ruined me with childless! To hell with you! When then I was not thinking, now I see straight when I conveyed you from your home. A lioness, not a woman you, more cruel than your Etruscan Scylla. Yet not with 1,000 insults could I pierce your callous skin. So toughened are you, so go to hell, foul creature, and polluted with children's blood.
Go ahead and call me a lioness and Scylla, I do not mind, since I've fairly clawed into your heart.
Oh, my poor children. What a vicious mother yours has proved to be.
Oh, my poor boys, what a sad end you met, thanks to your father's failure.
It was not by my hand they died.
Your children live no more, and that will pierce you through.
They are still here to bring down vengeance on your guilt-stained head. Just let me bury and lament for these poor corpses.
Never. Because I'll bury them with these, my hands, and you shall, appropriately enough, meet a rotten end.
Child killer! Child killer! Pollution!
And see the bitter outcome of your union with me. Back to your home and bury your wife.
I go, bereft of both my sons, my children, my darling.
Not your darlings, but their mothers.
And was this why you murdered them?
For you, to torture you with pain.
Just allow me one touch of their delicate skin.
Unthinkable. Your words are wasted in
Pay attention to this great Zeus. How I have been driven away. What I have suffered at the hands of this polluted, this child-devouring she-lion. With every morsel of my strength I cry in grief, and call the gods to be my witnesses. How you prevent me from touching the children you killed. Deny me burial rights for their bodies. Would that I had never begotten them, only to see them lie butchered by you.
turn this off.